Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where we are going to be taking a closer look at last night's performance and especially last night's standout performers for Barca against Athletic Club. The incredible goal that we saw from Marc Guiu. What a night it was for him. What a goal it was. We're also going to be talking about some of the magic that we saw from Joao Félix as well. And ahead of a crucial week for Barca, big games coming up. I've also got a really important question for you guys. It is all coming up today. We did get the win we wanted. Let's do this. But before we do indeed come on to some of the headline stars from last night and the incredible attacking moments that we had in the game, I do want to talk first of all about Inigo Martinez, because we have to give him, I feel, serious credit for the performance that he put in last night, because we can't forget here, it's been a tough start at Barca for Inigo. You know, the way that he came in, he was injured very early on, wasn't really able to compete much in pre-season. He struggled then to stamp his authority on the team, not really been able to convince Xavi as of yet, but I thought yesterday he got a big start. It was a big leap of faith there for Xavi to put in him against his former team, don't forget, with Inigo, and I thought he was outstanding. I really did. I thought his passing out of the back, his distribution was really impressive on the ball when he was pressured. He dealt with that really well, and of course in a moment we are going to talk about Marc Guiu. We're going to talk about Joao Félix, the wonderful attacking moments, the winning goal that they of course combined for, but who was the player that actually started that move? Who was the man that made the incisive pass, really accurate there into the feet of Joao Félix? That was Inigo Martinez. That distribution really astute there from the back, and that was a key moment in the whole game. Wonderful play. And I also want to talk about the block that he made on Nico Williams. That was extraordinary for me, because on the break there, Athletic Club, they broke with Nico and Iñaki. Ter Stegen pulled off a good save, but it went back into a dangerous area, and the block from Inigo on Nico was absolutely world-class goal saving. Even on the replay there, if that may have been offside, Inigo didn't know that. Wonderful piece of play, and I think this here could be a springboard for him. This is a performance that he really needed to kickstart his Barca career. This is why we signed him. When there's an injury to Koundé, when Araujo there's had a demanding international break, we need somebody ready to step in, and somebody who's still capable of being very solid and being a quality performer. That's what Inigo did last night, and this is what we need to see from him at centre-back. But of course, guys, we simply cannot wait any longer to talk about Marc Guiu. Now, this young man, it's extraordinary. It is an incredible footballing story there, because when you think about it, when he was getting ready to come on with 10 minutes to go in the game, I think most people would have been looking around thinking, okay, who is this coming on though? Who is this guy? It was an unfamiliar face, it was an unfamiliar name coming on late in the game for FC Barcelona, and with the score really finally poised at 0-0, I think plenty of us were looking around and saying, could you imagine if he was to come on and score in this moment? Could you imagine if, and by the time we'd finished that sentence, it was in the back of the net. It was extraordinary there. 30 seconds after coming on, stepping on the field to make his Barca debut, he'd already scored his first goal. It was fairy tale stuff. I loved his celebration, loved the way that he took the goal, and then the way that it meant so much to him. You could actually feel there the really authentic joy, the emotion of actually making all of these dreams come true in the space of 30 seconds. And this is what football is about for me. This is what it really is. Deep within us here, the emotion, the feeling, to see a young man come on and grab the occasion in the way that he did. And you look over to the stands, look at the reaction of his family there. They're breaking down in tears. They can't believe what they have just witnessed. They were probably coming along hoping that maybe, just maybe, he might get on the field. He might be able to make his debut. Never would they have imagined that he could score, and the winning goal at that. And he spoke after the game, and I thought his words were really good and actually really encouraging and inspiring to other players at La Masia, because he said, La Masia works. There is a great job being done there, and it has to be taken advantage of in difficult economic moments for the club. He said, just like now, he said, I'm really proud that I am able to help the club. And it is yet another example, another glowing indication of what La Masia is capable of. And I've also got to give a lot of credit here, guys, not only to Marc Guiu, but also to Xavi as well. We have to give him credit too, make no mistake, because to have the faith there to bring this young man on, not only just to call him up, but to put him on in a crucial moment of the game, and a big moment, of course, in the title race in La Liga. And Xavi truly believed he could tilt the game in our favour, and he really did believe that, because before he sent on Marc Guiu, he told him, you are going to get one chance, and you are going to score. And that is exactly how it played out. To have that confidence from your coach, I'm sure really did help settle the nerves, if there were any. Didn't look like it from Marc Guiu. Really, really nice words there from Xavi. And when he was asked about the decision to bring him on late in the game, he said, I thought of him in that moment because he's a goal scorer, because he has a spark and I like him. He said, I don't have any problem looking at La Masia. It's the complete opposite. He said, I want to give them the confidence that I was given as a Barca player at 17, 18 years old. And I think the most striking thing about what Xavi said about these younger players coming through after the game, he said the thing that surprises me most about this generation is that they have no fear. Maybe it was different in my day, but they have that spark now. They look at me with a face that says, put me on and I'll show you what I can do. And when we put them on, they're ready. They show character and they show bravery. And I think that quote there speaks volumes not only of Marc Guiu, but also the likes of Lamine Yamal, Gavi, Alejandro Balde, so many players, even in the very recent memory, who've come up through La Masia and who have really grasped the opportunity with both hands. And it is another reminder to the club and to all of us fans, trust in La Masia. It has a proven track record over many years, over many different eras of football. It constantly delivers. It just has to be given the chance. And we've seen another example here. Another wonderful footballing moment. Marc Guiu strikes. However, guys, as much as the young 17-year-old really did steal the headlines, and deservedly so, we also have to give credit to the man that supplied the pass. That's really important too, because the man who made it all possible for young Marc Guiu was Joao Félix, with an absolutely wonderful piece of play there. He received the ball in a really good space. He's constantly finding these pockets, isn't he? Just to operate in. He spins, he turns, lovely little ball in behind. He waits for the perfect moment to play it, and he releases him there in on goal. And it was a wonderful assist from Joao Félix. And I've got to say, guys, how many could he have had? Yes, he got one at the end of the game, but he could have had many, many assists on the night. Everything that we did, everything good in the attacking third, it came from him. He was central to all of that. He started there in that central role, but he was all across that attacking line. He was fluid in his positioning, and it was so exciting to see Joao Félix at his absolute best in the way that he really was controlling the tempo of our attacking play. And I do have to say, guys, I think we missed Robert Lewandowski for most of the game in terms of having somebody there to put these chances away. Joao Félix was creating, he was opening up space, he was really doing good things, but we just needed that final piece again. There was chances of Barca, there really was. We could have had more goals in this game, but it was a case of missing them in the bigger moments. But I do think one thing that I'd have to really pick up on right now, looking at Joao Félix, looking at the way that he played, and looking at the rest of the team, I think there are plenty of occasions here where we have to match his pace, the way that he plays, the speed that he plays at, because at times we don't match that. At times I feel Barca right now are too lethargic. They do not move the ball quickly enough. We waste a lot of time there passing it back, passing it sideways, taking safe options. I want to see the team playing with the kind of urgency, with the kind of intensity that Joao Félix does. When he picks up the ball, he wants to make something happen. He is looking to get things moving, and we have to try as much as possible to match that intensity, match the pace of his game, because we've got to step it up. We absolutely do, guys, because that brings me on to my big question, my all-important question after this game. All of the emotion, all of the incredible energy that we gain from that winning goal. But I would ask you right now, guys, aside from the winning goal, what did you make of the Barca performance? When you strip it all back there, are you convinced still by this team right now? Because admittedly, yes, we've still got lots of injuries, lots of key players. We saw them just lining up there in the stands, the amount of players that we had out. So I understand that maybe Barca are not playing as well as we can do right now because of injury problems. But I would just say, looking at the Clásico, we still have to step it up. Because yes, we got through yesterday's game. I was so happy with the winning goal. The way that we got it was incredible. We got the 3 points we needed. Madrid, but we will need more. Going into that game against Real Madrid and the Champions League in midweek, we will still need to step it up, I feel. And what do you think? Looking now at that Real Madrid game and the Shakhtar game on Wednesday, how do you think Barca are looking? Are there good signs there? Are there promising signs? Do you feel as though we're nearly there when we get players back? Or are there still several areas? Are there still things that we need to improve upon, that we need to bring into our game? That's what I want to know from you today. When you look aside from that winning goal, what do you make of that overall performance from Barca? Do let me know, guys, all of your thoughts down below, and I still want to hear all of your reactions to that Marc Guiu goal. Wonderful moment, electric atmosphere inside of the stadium, and I will see you soon, guys, as we build up to those big games to come. Thank you indeed for watching, for getting involved, and for being here as always. I'll catch you soon. But until next time, yeah, as always, Visca! El Barça.